If you're thinking about moving to Sudbury this year, there's one expense most agents won't tell you until you've already signed the deal. It's not your mortgage. It's not your hydro bill. It's not even your car insurance. It's a line item that catches every newcomer off guard. And once you understand how it actually works in this city, it changes everything about how you should plan your move. 10 years selling homes in Sudbury. Today I'm breaking down the real cost of living in this city in 2026. The actual numbers sourced from the actual data with some insider knowledge. Stay with me. Quick thing first, if you're seriously considering Sudbury and want a real cost of living conversation about your specific situation, text me directly. 705-923-6564. Real number. I read every text, no pitch, just straight answers from someone who works the market. And don't wait for the news. Subscribe so you can catch it. All right, let's get into it. Housing, it's the biggest line on anybody's budget. Let's get specific to Sudbury. A typical Sudbury family home in 2026 runs from $475,000 to $625,000, depending on the neighborhood. The best 5-year fixed rate are around 4% right now if you shop with a broker. Quick example, a $525,000 Sudbury home, the average down payment at today's rates, your all-in housing cost is roughly $300 to $3,300 a month. That's mortgage, property taxes, and home insurance combined. Add $8 to $12K in closing costs the day you sign. You have land transfer tax, you have lawyer fees, you have a home inspection that's not optional. The cost of getting the keys is just that. And the cash you need before any of that, you need a down payment. Federal minimum in Canada is 5% down on a $500,000 home. That's roughly $25,000 down payment cash before you walk through the door. So your real Sudbury cash math is $25,000 down plus $10,000 closing costs. That's $35,000 in cash to get the keys, plus your $3,000 a month all-in housing line going forward. Build your budget around those numbers. That's the housing line. Now let me tell you about the line that catches every newcomer off guard: property tax. The line item nobody puts on a realtor.ca filter. Real Sudbury number. A $500,000 Sudbury home runs about $5,000 a year in property tax. That's roughly $420 a month off your mortgage, on top of your mortgage. But here's the kicker. Your tax bill isn't calculated on what you paid for the house. It's calculated on what the Municipal Property Assessment Corporation thought your house was worth back in January 2016. Yes, 10 years ago. And the province has postponed reassessments for years. So you're paying tax on a 2016 valuation for a house that's nearly doubled in market value since. It's like paying ticket prices from 2016 for a hockey game in 2026. Quiet advantage. Most Sudbury homeowners don't even realize it. The rate though, that goes up every year. Sudbury City Council just approved a 3.9% hike for 2026. That's about $19 more per month for the average home this year. Sudbury residential property tax rate sits at 1.49%, fifth highest of the 35 Ontario cities. But because of the frozen 2016 valuation, your dollar bill stays manageable. So where does your $5,000 go? Well, it's simple. Pothole patrol. Just kidding. Police, fire, paramedics, schools, roads through 3,600 square kilometers of the city, the largest land area of any city in Ontario. We like to bitch about paying high taxes, but we all know how spread out the city actually is. And I'll be one of the few who will compliment the city on their daily efforts. I have a hard enough time maintaining my small parcel here in New Sudbury. And we also got the libraries, we have transit, and many, many parks. One thing to plan for: when Ontario eventually does the next reassessment, that 2016 freeze ends, the tax bill will catch up. Built into your 5 to 10 year math, I'll do a full breakdown on the MPAC freeze and reassessment risk in a future video. You know, it's sort of like building a championship roster on team-friendly contracts. Same talent, better cap space, more room to win. Let's talk about some daily costs. You got hydro, natural gas. For a typical Sudbury home with a family of 4, I would budget $280 to $380 per month on a 12-month average. Northern Ontario's reality is, nobody from down south understands. January and February, peak months can hit $450 to $550 during a minus, 30-degree cold snap. Plan for the average, save for the peak. Water and sewer, it's another $80 to $130 a month. You have internet, you have a cell phone, $130 to $180 combined. You got groceries, a family of 4, $1,000 to $1,300 a month easily. Same chains as Southern Ontario, slightly higher because we're at the end of the supply chain. Sudbury is a car-required city. Unless you live and work downtown, you're driving. So there's auto insurance, $1,800 to $2,800 per vehicle annually, higher than normal because, most Northern Ontario's, the geographic spread. And you got the mining shift, the distance, and you got gas. $420 is roughly a good monthly budget, depending on your commute. You need winter tires. That's not optional. That could be $1,800 every 3 to 4 years for a proper set. You gotta have walk heaters, snow brush, ice scrapers. You're not optimizing your budget, you're surviving January. After all that, is Sudbury still worth it? Yes, 3 reasons. 1, affordability. Your dollar buys roughly twice the home up here that it does in Southern Ontario. That gap isn't closing anytime soon. 2, Sudbury's appreciating. While the rest of Ontario is in correction territory, OREA shows the provincial benchmark down 6.5% year over year. Sudbury is up 6.2%. CMHC named Ontario the only region in Canada expected to see price declines in 2026. Sudbury is the exception. Number 3, the city is investing in itself. $200 million downtown event center under construction. The KED on the east side of the city, it's another big project. Shoresy films its 6th season here this fall. The city, the developers, and the production economy are all writing checks on Sudbury. Higher rate, lower price, appreciating market, civic momentum, the math still works. 3 moves if you're seriously thinking about moving to Sudbury this year. 1, build your real estate budget. Use real numbers, not optimistic ones. Add 10% for surprises. 2, get pre-approved with a Sudbury savvy lender. Locks in your rates for 90 to 120 days. Pre-approved, not pre-qualified. It's a different thing. 3, pick 3 Sudbury communities and learn them cold. Don't spread yourself across all of Sudbury. 3 that fit your life, learned like you've already lived there. That's the real Sudbury cost of living breakdown, sourced from local and provincial associations and the City of Greater Sudbury's 2026 budget, and a decade of working in the market on the ground. So that number again is 705-923-6564, or shoot me an email, and there's a link in the description for a free Sudbury buyer guide. Next week, what newcomers don't expect about Sudbury, the lifestyle counter to today's numbers. Subscribe so you can watch it. The math wins. This is real talk, real numbers, real Sudbury. I'm Danny Manfred with eXp Realty Brokerage.